In the newly Keepers of the Flame breach getting reworked, and you will need good clear and area coverage. Ignite Elementalist will provide you good clear, decent single target damage and tankiness as well. What's up guys, Pidget here. This build will use different skills at the start and later on you will start using your endgame skill. The whole progression is covered in this video and in the Path of building as well. Wave of Conviction is a spell that creates an expanding wave of energy that surges forward, damaging enemies a cone-shaped AoE over a duration. Also can apply exposure to increase the damage even further. The clear of this skill is just so satisfying, and if you combining with the Ignite prolif, it will make the build very smooth to play. The signal target damage of this skill kinda low, so we will just use it for clear and on early low tier maps. Our first signal target ability is Flame Blast. This is a channeling fire spell that builds up an explosion. Releasing or fully channeling the spell will create an explosion. This skill has a Val variant. Unlike the regular Flame Blast, this skill does not need to be channeled by the caster. It will automatically charge to full stacks by exploding every 3 stages. This will deal a huge amount of damage and also very satisfying to use. After you reaching later red tier maps, this 2 skill is kind of falling off with the damage. This is why we will use Divine Ire. Divine Ire is a channeling active skill gem that repeatedly damages nearby enemies while channeling to build up its charge quicker. Releasing the channel fires a beam in front of you and dealing huge amount of damage and igniting the enemies. The playstyle of this build is very smooth and satisfying, especially when there are a lot of monsters around you. Divine Ire can off-screen enemies and also the Ignite prolif will take care of the rest of the monsters. The single target will be not that insane even with late game gear, but the tankiness and the clear will compensate this one. As every single league starter that I releasing has a leveling plans and how to progress your character and a very detailed note section as well. And as always guys, you just click here box and then will be a pop-out menu and you will see immediately the progression and you can select your corresponding levels for your character. Let's talk about the basic idea behind this build. So why I choosing Elementalist and why I choosing Divine Ire as an Ignite ability? Well, first, Elementalist is nearly broken because of the golems. It will getting nerfed a little bit, but that is fine, so you're not losing out too much. Early levels, this is immediately fixing every single, I would say, problem that you could have with a build. It has mana regen, life regen, tankiness, and also increasing your damage. Absolutely welcomed in any league starter build. As you can see here, we can reach a very high amount of max hits with Elementalist, and also even you can increase even further your damage, but more about this later. And the other thing is I plan to use Divine Ire because this has a very big coverage. Look at this, and especially if you was paying attention on the showcase, I was able to get a very huge amount of big area as well, so literally you can almost cover the whole screen. This will come in handy in breaches. There will be a lot of monsters that is surrounding you and just, you know, rushing at you, so you will just stand still and just channeling your Divine Ire and everything will just die inside the circle and the Ignite prolif will take care for the rest. So that is the basic idea. As a league starter Ignite Elementalist, you want to use the rebook of the Val because of the Spellblade support. Because the Spellblade support is just absolutely strong, especially if you're using this unique item. Now we're also arriving to the item section and you will notice we're using 3 unique item, which is kind of, you know, intimidating on the first look because it can be said, oh, this one is expensive and so on. Well, that is not true because there is a price breakdown in the note section as well based on PoE Ninja prices on day 1. So Repu of the Val is literally 4 to 3 KS on day 1 and day 2. Absolutely welcome. While you reaching maps, I can see you will getting at least that much amount of currency for it, especially with the Async trade. It will be so easy to just get one for very cheap. I can say it, this will be not a big meta build, so not so many people will care about this. Although I can tell you that the next piece is the Nikata Lantern is even more cheaper. So that is also very, I would say, niche item, and this will grant you the Battle Mage. So you literally double dipping with the Spellblade and the Battle Mage. As you can see here, this is granting us 25% more damage. That is very nice. Now the only, I would say, the expensive one is the Vertex Mask, because this is dropping from Odziri herself. So this is a little bit later, but also it has a little bit high level. And also the most important part, guys, this is not required for the build. So you can play the build without this one, absolutely, just a rare helmet and that's it. So the only reason I choose the Vertex Mask, because it has very nice evasion and energy shield on it, and also it has +1 to socket it gems, because if you're using the Valve Flame Blast, you will socket inside your helmet and it will getting +1 levels, and also, you know, providing a little chaos resistance as well, which is welcomed on League Start, especially with Elementalist, because your golem will provide you chaos resistance. So with this one, you already in positive chaos resistance, which is very nice. Although the price tag for this is 10 chaos and 8 chaos on day 1 and day 2. But after you gaining this free unique item, you have literally smooth sailing. Now a few words about the Ascendancy, guys, because there is one thing that I want to cover, and that is the Bastion of Elements versus Mastermind of Discord. Now, as you can see here, our max speed pool is kind of good, right? So maybe you would say this is overkill. You can just, if you want, and you want more damage later on, you can just unspec the Bastion of Elements and take Mastermind of Discord, and you will gaining 50% more damage, which is very good, especially, you know, you're not losing out too much maximum hit, because I can't really see what will kill you on League Start settings with this much defenses, right? Even on tier 16 maps, it will be not a danger for you, because this build has, by the way, very huge amount of evasion rating, energy shield, life pool, life regen, mana regen as well, and also we using the Ghost Dance as well. So if you're combining all of this together, it is very hard to get killed with this build. So that's why I feel like we can just drop the Bastion of Elements, but also if you want to extra safe, you can just take it. If you're using Divine Ire, change your Ignite Proliferation for the Focus Channeling, because Focus Channeling is an absolute beast. As you can see here, it's almost a 40% multiplier on its own, although you need to cost at least 3 seconds your ability. So you will releasing after 3 seconds, because that is when the super gem is providing you the 60% more damage. So that is absolutely needed to do. And while you're mapping, you just dropping this one and ticking the Ignite Proliferation, and you will have Ignite Prolif, which is very nice and helping very big time the clear. And also, as you can see here, so we was talking about the Spellblade, the Cruelty, Infused Channeling. Honestly, guys, Infused Channeling is a very nice defensive layer as well, because when you just channeling your ability, you gaining damage reduction, which is very nice. And also later on, you will take burning damage and also awaken burning damage, which is additional levels for the Divine Ire, so more damage. And once again, Ignite Prolif as a clear, and Focus Channeling for the signal target. And before you using Divine Ire, once again, guys, I covered in the video as well and in the notes section when to use Divine Ire. So I would say when you feeling like your damage is starting falling off with the Valve Flame Blast and Wave of Conviction combo, then you can just swap to the Divine Ire, and this will be your signal and clear skill at the same time, which is very nice. Although, let's talk about the Wave of Conviction. So we will use Wave of Conviction with Cruelty, Spellblade, as always, Sweet Application, Ignite Prolif, and Inspiration to just lower down the cost on this one. And also this is providing you more elemental damage and more critical chance, because this will proc more often the elemental overload. And Warframe Blast in the helmet, once again, if you're using the Vertex mask, Warframe Blast will Spellblade, Combustion, and Immolate. This is, I would say, the best ones for the 4-link. And you would ask, can I use the 6-link Warframe Blast and 4-link Vivo Conviction? Well, technically yes, but I'm also not really advising that one, because Vivo Conviction on a 4-link will fall off very quickly because it doesn't have that much damage with a 4-link. Rest of the gems is Arcanist Brand, Flammability, Flame Surge, and Elemental Weakness. This build can use 2 curses, as you can see here, because we're taking the Whisper of Doom up here, so we can apply 2 curses, and also the Flame Surge will provide the Burning Ground, which is also, as you can see here, a pretty hefty amount of damage, so 20% more damage just for a button press, very welcome, because you don't need to worry about this one at all. And also the good old, you know, Flame Dash, Summon Lightning Golem, and also Infernal Cry. But honestly, guys, this is just a little bit, I would say, padding at this point. So if you don't want to press more button, you can just drop down the Infernal Cry. This will provide you, by the way, extra fire damage, and that will provide you more ignite damage. But if you want, you can just drop. And we are arriving the auras, Malevolence with Grace and Arctic Armor once again, because, guys, Arctic Armor is such a good at the league start. So Arctic Armor will provide you freeze immunity, that is absolutely nice, so you don't need to worry about that, and also physical damage reduction. As you can see here, our Fizzmax hit pool is absolutely good, and that is thanks to the Arctic Armor, as you can see here, because this is a channeling build, so you will stand still even on a caster build you using it, because when you're standing still you will gaining immediately the benefits of this one. For 25% reservation is very nice. Grace, I don't need to tell anything, it will provide you a tons of evasion. Evasion is welcomed because we're using Ghost Dance and we're using Malevolence for extra damage, and we will using the rest of the Golem, Chaos Golem, Flame Golem, and Stone Golem, and also Herald of Ash, because this is a very huge damage increase for this build, and also it will provide you some sort of little explosion as well when you're killing enemies. This was my Ignite Divine Ire Elementalist League Starter build guide. I hope you guys will have very good time with this one, because I was testing this one, guys, in solo self-found environment, and I also include that POB in the links, so you can see how bad was my gear, and it was still killing easily like tier 13 bosses, so it was not a big deal on a 4-link as well. So imagine when you're getting a 5-link or a 6-link and you're getting the Nikata Lantern and the Vertex Max, so there is so many things that I was not able to get in solo self-found. So guys, I hope you will have a very nice League Starter if you're choosing this one. More League Starters will come in the next following days. Till then, guys, thanks for watching. I was Pidget. See you next time.